Okay, so today I want to talk about my thoughts on AI coding, as if anybody gives a shit. Well, the truth is that I'm just trying to start recording more content and stuff like that and put it online. So, anyways, I'm going to talk about that topic today. The thing is, for those of you who don't know, I am a software engineer, so I do work full time as a software engineer. Coding is what I do all day. So, I obviously use Claude Code. I use it all day, basically. I mean, things have changed quite a lot, right? A year ago, roughly, I used to write all the code by hand. And sometimes I would use ChatGPT a little bit if I had a question, or if I wanted to generate like a specific function to do something very specific, I would do it in ChatGPT and then copy paste it into the editor, right? Now, I feel like everyone's using Claude now. Like, I don't really write code from scratch by hand anymore. I just tell Claude what to do, and then I review the code, fix it up, whatever. I do that by hand, or sometimes I just tell Claude to fix it, like, yo, this function divided into two different functions, whatever, like these variables are useless, don't put this here, blah, blah, blah. And I just tell Claude to do it, and then I just review the result, whatever. So that's kind of how the workflow goes. And most people that I work with, they're obviously also using Claude Code, right? Now, the thing is, people think, or some people might think, that nowadays you just don't need to know how to code, or it doesn't matter how good you are at coding, because you can just tell the AI to do it. It's like, oh, I want to do this feature, implement it. Okay, that's the beginner level shit. Like, that's the level 0 of of knowing how to vibe code properly, right? Because it's like, the truth is, your skill level as a software engineer still matters, because you're gonna have two different people using the same AI to build the same feature, and they're gonna get completely different results. They're gonna get completely different outputs from that LLM, depending on what the prompt is, right? So their skill level still gonna matter. The guy who's a beginner who doesn't know shit is gonna get a shitty result, and the guy who's a senior developer, like really good, he's gonna get a much better result from using the same AI, basically, just because the prompt is gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? Like, the beginner level shit is just gonna be like, oh, I want to do this feature, do it, and then just hope that the AI does it right. Whereas the senior software engineer, he's gonna do a much better prompt, where he's like, okay, I want to do this feature, you need to put the state here, you need to break this up into these two different functions that do this and this, blah, blah. Like, if that person understands the code, they understand where everything is on the code base, they're going to be able to tell the AI, like, in this component you have this state, and then in this state we need to add this new field that is going to get passed down to the components, and then down here we're going to access that, and that's how it's going to work. So basically, that's pretty much what I do. I usually, when I tell the AI to do something, I don't just tell it like, oh, do this feature. No, I give it context of, like, in this component there's this state that has this information, we need to add this new thing here, and then I just give it a little bit of guidance in terms of, like, how to actually implement the thing in a clean way. I don't just tell it to do it randomly. I mean, sometimes I do if I don't have any clue how to do it, and I'm like, I can't really come up with a good solution here. I might just tell the AI to do it just to see what it comes up with, right? Just like a way to, come up with new ideas or see a different perspective. I'll just tell the AI to just do the shit and just see what the outcome is, just to see how it does it, right? But typically what I try to do before telling the AI to do a feature is actually think about how to do it a little bit. I mean, I don't have to spend hours thinking about it, but I just see, like, generally how I would structure it, and I try to, like, guide the AI, like, add this to this state, this component here, blah, blah, blah. I try to give it a little bit of guidance in terms of, like, the structure of how the code's going to be functioning. And then once it's done, I'll obviously going to review the code. I'm going to look at the changes that the AI made, and if I see anything that's kind of like redundant, or anything that's kind of like over-engineered or too complicated, I will tell the AI like, yo, why do you need 2 different states for this? Like, or like, this is useless, we don't need to do. Or sometimes you will tell it to do a feature, and it would add like extra stuff onto it that's just overcomplicating the thing with like just extra features that you don't need or whatever. You can just tell the AI like, yo, this part right here, you can delete this. Like, we don't need this feature, you know, simplify, you know, and you get a much better result than if you just tell the AI like, yo, implement this feature, and then just take like the answer for what it is and just commit the code. That's what beginner level shit is, you know. Once you get better, then you actually can give the AI a better prompt, which is going to give you a better result. And then you also basically review the code and make sure that it's structured in the right way. And if it's not, then you tell the AI to fix it, or you fix it yourself manually as well. You know, I'm a big fan of letting the AI do the coding at first, and then kind of like refactoring by hand as well afterwards, you know. So yeah, that's kind of like my thoughts on this whole AI coding thing. What else can I say? What else? I have more thoughts maybe. Like, I'm just here chilling in nature, bro. It's like 7 a.m. We're gonna hit the gym, you know, get some gains, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, subscribe for more videos, man. I'm gonna try to like start posting more content on here, start building the channel, you know, so that's cool. Anyways, ciao. So yeah, that's basically my thoughts. Like, the difference, the skill level is still gonna show up in the results. Like, just because the guy who's more advanced, he's gonna write a better prompt, which is gonna get a better result, and he's gonna be able to review the code and fix it up, so that is good. You know, that's basically how it is. So anyways, see you on the next videos.